Dragon Source here. Sexiest man alive. Alien Slayer, Demon Slayer. Superhero. And we're live on New Earth. Let's go. Alright. I've come to the conclusion that life is not worth living unless you're living a lie. Now, this might sound like an audacious statement, but it's true. Life is not worth living unless you're living a lie. First, we're going to analyze what happens if you live in your 100% full authentic truth. So what is that? You know, I'm not talking to the NPCs out there. They don't have a spirit and just go along with whatever because that's how they're programmed. I'm talking about spiritual, ensouled beings who can think for themselves on some kind of a spiritual path. What is your authentic truth? Well, independence, sovereignty, teamwork, cooperation, being in touch with nature, organic lifestyle, Does anything in America actually support that truth? Not selling your soul or not bargaining for crumbs, not trying to manipulate or coerce anyone for anything. I mean, good luck holding a job, being in your authentic truth. Like, yep. Let's just say you're a salesman at a phone store. There's a phone store over there, just random example. All right, sir, why should we hire you? Well, I think that we're living in a matrix, and I just need money to pay my bills. And just give me a chance, and I'll be sure to honestly, with integrity, attempt to sell these products on your behalf. And I'm going to tell them the whole truth about everything they're buying and signing up for. Whoa, buddy, the truth? We're not going to sell fucking $80 a month phone plans with the truth. What are you smoking, bro? Let's say you're a bagger at Safeway. All right, sir. All right, man. It's your second week on the job. Don't screw this up. Just get through the day. Like, all right. Bringing them up like, dum, dum. Like, hey, you guys realize you can get like way better prices at a grocery outlet down the street? You guys realize that, right? You realize that this food actually has like GMO nanotech in it, and it's going to kill you? I wouldn't recommend buying that, sir. It'd be like, what the hell are you doing? What? You're costing us a bag right now. Get the hell out of here. You're fired. Yeah, man. Get pulled over on the side of the road. Son, you know why I pulled you over? Why? You know how fast you were going, son? I don't know. It's none of your damn business. I can drive how fast I please. I'm a sovereign. Sir, step out of the car. Good luck doing that if you're black too. Man, see your license registration. What the hell does a little piece of plastic that has numbers and letters on it that's supposed to represent me have anything to do with me driving this vehicle right now? Let me see your license, son. Your insurance. What do I need insurance for? It's my car. Wee-oo. Yeah, you'd have like 5 squad cars around you before you know it. And then they'd probably be like, what's wrong with this guy? Let's throw him in the loony bin. Yeah. You want to live your authentic truth, you're going to end up being homeless, begging for scraps on the side of the road. Or you can go live your authentic truth in the wild somewhere, fighting with mountain lions and bears and coyotes and hyenas and all kind of crazy shit just to try to end other beings' lives to sustain your own, because that's what system we're living in. You have to kill things and consume the life force energy of other things to sustain your life. You want to go survive as a wildsman hunter? I mean, I don't think 95% of guys have what it takes to do that. Throw 95% of guys in the society in the wild with nothing but like a knife and maybe a gun. I would say maybe not even 5% will survive a year in the wild. If I had to guess, I don't know. We haven't even been given those skills. And then you'll actually see what this reality is. which is eat or be eaten in all forms, economically, socially, except we consume other people's energy in this reality, according to the food chain pecking order of the economic system, wealthy, middle class, lower class, etc. Based off manipulation is the primary form of war. It only resorts to violence if all the manipulation and fear tactics don't work. Then at that point, the people will start getting violent, whether it's gangsterism or the police, which the police just being the biggest gangster unit, biggest, most organized gangster unit that there is, the government, okay? The police are just the muscle of the biggest organized crime gang there is, the government. It's not like anything they do is moral. Let me ask this. Does anyone out there even have a job that they are 100% morally aligned with? Like, yep, I'm 100% morally okay with everything we're doing here, and I feel like we're moving in a positive direction, doing positive things, and I just love it. Best case, you're like an entrepreneur and you have some kind of a successful business selling a product you actually believe in. Maybe you're like a farmer and you sell your crops at the farmer's market, and you're more holistic and things like that. But even then, you still have to engage in business practices and business tactics to try to get ahead, because it's hard to succeed as a business. And then you have to jump through all these hoops the government puts you through, and then you have to pay tax dollars to them, which is automatically karma handing over your money, just energy, into that kind of an evil organization. So it doesn't really matter how you slice it. If you want to live your authentic truth, life is going to be harder. It's actually going to be a lot harder to survive. And then you're going to realize you don't have any friends, there's no one supporting you, and you're just making YouTube videos homeless, begging for scraps. That's what happens to most of those guys. And some of them are kind of inspiring and charismatic, and you're like, yeah, thanks for inspiring me. You're halfway out of the matrix, so let me go ahead and donate to you, because I like the frequencies and inspiration you're giving off. And then they eventually hit a wall where they're like, fuck it, maybe I should just plug back into the matrix. That's the only way to get from point A to B in this world. So we're so hopelessly dependent on an evil system that there's no real way out of it unless you're willing to go be a wild man, which is just the most root primal level of playing the same game, which is deception and warfare to steal another being's life. Even if you want to get down to the natural organic component of it, you could still argue that's evil. So what's the alternative? You can live a lie. You can lie to your landlords. You can lie to your employer. You can lie to your friends. Hey, everything's okay. Positivity, motivation, inspiration. Don't give up. Keep on going. Keep running in your comfortable hamster wheel. Keep on doing it. Just keep on going, Maybe if you're the most charismatic hamster, the freaking hamster cage owner is going to be like, you know what? This hamster's really charismatic. I'm going to put him on so he can be a positive role model to all the other hamsters, so we can get more productivity from them, so that they can produce more loosh for us. And then you're going to be like, wow, I knew I just had to be positive and believe in myself, and blah, blah, blah. All the while knowing you're lying to yourself and all the other hamsters. And all the other hamsters are like, wow, I want to be like Hamster Mike. Like Mike the flight hamster. Fucking put you on a poster with like wings behind your little hamster back and all the other and sell a bunch of little hamster shoes so that they can have more cushion on their hamster feet while they're running on the hamster wheel. Just for enslaved little hamsterlet children. On another cage that's even shittier, with barely enough water to feed them, for them to like sew together the little hamster sneakers to the slightly wealthier hamsters in another hamster cage that are motivated by the alpha hamster, who is controlled by the owners of the hamster cage, who's still paying taxes to some evil god off all the profits they make on all the other hamsters. Doing ritualistic hamster sacrifices to the hamster young. And all the other hamsters have to lie to themselves like, yeah, that's not happening. Whoa, I don't have 360 vision. I'm just looking straight ahead at my wheel. I am not looking at what's happening in those other hamster cages. while the one little hamster cage says Gaza on it. You just hear nukes going off, like fucking dust is flying everywhere. You're like, whoa, I'm not looking at that shit. Some of the other hamsters get a small glimpse based off shit that's shown on their little hamster television screen on their hamster wheel, so that they can distract themselves and numb the pain while they keep running on their wheel. Oh my God, look what's happening on the Gaza hamster cage. This is horrible. And then they'll go make little signs like free the Gazians, and stand outside the big cage city hall of Hamsterdam. Like, yeah, free the Gazians. Like, and then the Hamster City Council is going to be like, okay, yeah, we should totally do something about this. And then they're going to put fucking Hamster Mike on, like, yeah, guys, something's being done about this. And then they're going to go put an ad campaign on the hamster television, so that all the little hamsters on the wheel are like, oh my God, look, something's being done about this, while they're just funneling more hamster food to the alpha hamster. They're not even helping the Gaza hamsters over there. And everyone's just like, yeah, this is okay. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Oh man. Meanwhile, over an intercom speaker, don't forget to get your hamster boosters. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to use any keywords, but don't forget to get your hamster boosters. It's the cold season coming up. And everyone's like, oh, I gotta get my hamster boosters. And they're like, you can't keep running on your wheel if you don't get the hamster booster. Oh no, I gotta get the hamster booster. Because I can't survive in the wild. I'm just a stupid fucking hamster with no survival skills. I was made to be eaten by higher beings. So I'm a fucking hamster. But this is okay though, it's okay. Everything's okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go get hamster boba with my hamster fucking buddies. We're just gonna drink the pain away, and then I'm gonna go out for margaritas. But only once a month though, because that's all I can afford. Let me go ahead and sip my... Anyway, you hamsters want to go out again next Friday? Keep it cheap though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I've come to the conclusion that life is not worth living unless you're living a lie. If you want to live your authentic truth, there's literally no point in being alive other than trying to prepare for death, so that way when you die, you have a better chance of exiting the forced reincarnation system. So that way, you don't get thrown back in a baby hamster body on another fucking hamster wheel. That's the only point to living if you want to live your authentic truth, which is to prepare for death. Now, if you've already gone on the creationlightship.com website and you've already done your spirit barcode removal, you're already guaranteed a ride back to the true life after death, then truly there is no point to being alive other than to tell all the other hamsters how they can get off their wheels. Is there? All the other hamsters don't want to listen because they're too busy watching hamster tunes and hamster soap opera dramas on their little television screens in front of their hamster wheels. Way too complacent. You know why? Because they're putting fluoride in the hamster water. So everyone's like, fucking brain dead. Spraying the hamster trails in the sky, you know, with the little heavy metal particles. Another beautiful day to be alive in America. It's a beautiful day on the Truman Show. So all the other hamsters don't want to listen because they believe in Hamster Mike and everything he preaches, and Hamster Mike is definitely against real hamsters. Okay, they're eating out of Hamster Mike's palms, and they got Hamster Olstein over there like, yes, just believe in Hamster Jesus and everything's gonna be okay, you know. And then they got the Hamster Buddha over there too for the slightly woke hamsters, like Om Hare Krishna, but you know. They got the Krishna hamster. All they did was spray paint one of the hamsters blue with fucking Krishna hamster. You know what? That's good enough for me. At least he looks like he's not human. That'll work. Yeah. So, again, I'm going to say it for the last time. Life is not worth living unless you accept a lie. Or you're trying to prolong your time here to prepare your consciousness for death. So that way you can escape the reincarnation trap. One or the other. Okay? Either you're trying to get out of here or you accept